we saw chances. There were many more chances than goals, some clear-cut ones. I'm thinking the Jota header, Salah in the first half when Ederson made that save. When I think you tweeted that he should have squared it.
100%.
Hindsight 2020. But also, you had Haaland's headers. You had the big save from Alisson. You had the disallowed goal. I don't have such a big problem with the way he's set up, other than perhaps targeting Milner more, which would have been pretty obvious. But I thought he got a good performance from his team, and he's away from home, and it's Anfield, and it's a wounded Liverpool, but a Liverpool who are on top of their game. Am I being too kind to Pep?
I think a little bit. I think Cancelo is always far more effective on the left-hand side than on the right-hand side anyway.
So what, you play Akanji right back?
Yeah, I mean, but you already have a hybrid defense anyway, so it could have been a back three with Cancelo super high on the left, for example. So I would not have changed, for example, I would not have had really Cancelo and Foden as wing backs, and just the usual, the very normal back three if you want. But I just think Cancelo on the right hand side is not the same as on the left hand side at all, and I think we haven't seen Cancelo really creating as much from the right than he does on the left. Well, and I think De Bruyne suffers from the Cancelo position as well onto the right, the right half spaces. And City haven't used the half spaces well yesterday.
No, they haven't. And what you also missed with Cancelo, not to go on about it, but I think we both agree on Cancelo that I think he's one of City's best players when he's on song and used in the right way.
Attacking wise,
what he brings, on the ball. What he brings when he comes inside and starts to play make. But then he found himself coming inside into an area which I thought was congested by Bernardo Silva's position as well. Now, again, not wrong to play the box, not wrong to bring Bernardo Silva there, but decisions have consequences, right? There's always a counter effect. You got to choose the best one. I thought that affected him. I think very specifically, obviously, isolate the incident, the goal with Mo Salah. He apologized afterwards.
Yeah.
He tried to be aggressive defensively, and to use NFL parlance, he jumped the passing route, right? He tried to go in front of him and didn't get the ball. Maybe I'm thinking too Italian, too conservative, but you're up against Salah. The ball's coming. Rather than gambling, just drop off him. You're quick enough. You're not quicker than Salah. You're quick enough to jockey him. Drive him wide, wait for help to come, make Salah beat you and dribble, and then beat him. Because there were other players who were recovering. That would have been the safe thing to do?
I mean, I go even more Italian than you. I was always told playing that you should not leave anybody 1v1 when you have a corner or a free kick like that. By the way, terrible free kick from De Bruyne. I know Cancelo is getting all the stick. There's no way Kevin De Bruyne of his quality takes that free kick straight into Alisson's hand, and then Alisson kicked the ball towards Salah. But I was always told, always leave 2v1, so two players of your team who they don't have to be defenders, but against the one player from the other team that stays up in case there's a counter-attack.
Well,
but
as
this one is 1v1.
Most people know French football
but
is the uglier, more defensive version than Italian football. So.
Is Cancelo better used for you to be there with Salah or being on the edge of the box, for example, in case the ball comes back out and he can volley or recycle the ball or do something? Why is it him that stays with Salah? It makes no sense whatsoever.
No, that doesn't quite follow with me. I mean, I guess you'd have to look at the other options. Were they in the box to try to use their size or their presence? And then you make a trade-off. But no, I'm with you on that one.
Don't know.
What I would say a little bit too was also that script, right? Goalkeeper gets it, boom, Hail Mary over the top. Obviously, I always wonder, do people watch Champions League games not involving their team? We saw Andre Onana do it for Inter against Barcelona very effectively.
Diogo Costa in a way for Porto against...
Yeah, we saw Diogo with a Galliano goal.
Yeah.
And didn't we see Ederson also do this? Was it last season or the year before to Raheem Sterling?
He did it against PSG in the semi-final.
With Raheem Sterling, right?
Or maybe Mahrez, or maybe it was Zinchenko and then Mahrez scored or something like that. But yeah, that's what.
So this is not something that's... No. It's quick thinking from Alisson, but it's not
great.
Something unfamiliar. Something City themselves have done.
But clearly one of the themes for Liverpool was that Salah was the highest player all the time. And we saw on the chance that he misses, that he should have squared for for Jota. If you look at the heat maps and the average position, he's the one higher up. And Firmino, Elliott, and Jota are much behind him. And they did all the recovery work. I think between them three, they recovered 17 or 18 balls. Salah didn't have to do any defending. He just had to stay up there. They play over the top, and they played behind the City line, and then he had to go for it, and he finally worked. But if you play more centrally like that, he was always going to be more effective, especially with the incredible game that Elliott had on that right-hand side. That suits Salah perfectly well.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.